Hey guys, in this video I wanted to talk about something that comes up regularly in my concealed carry classes, especially among new shooters, and that is the difference between a single action and a double action firearm. Believe it or not, that is a question that I get asked regularly in some of my concealed carry classes. Okay guys, before me I've got a few different examples that we're going to look at here. Each of these firearms have been safety checked. I'm not really going to spend the time to do all that on camera. Easiest way to tell the difference between a single action firearm and a double action firearm is by examining what the function of the trigger does in relation to that firearm. With this pistol here, it's just a little Heritage single action. The only thing that the trigger does is to release the hammer. You can see that once that hammer has been released, I pull that trigger again and it does absolutely nothing. That is an indication of a single action firearm. Unlike this revolver here, this 357, when I pull the trigger on it, you can see that it actually cocks the firearm as well as fires that firearm. Again, I squeeze that trigger, it cocks it, and fires. I do have the option with this particular model that I can pull the hammer back and fire it in single action mode. But again, the main difference is the function of the trigger. Some of the newer firearms on the market are the striker fired, such as the Glocks, and there's other makes and models out there also that are all striker fired. Now, these do have a difference between the different brands, the different manufacturers. For example, with this Glock, once I pull that trigger, you heard the click. Once I release the trigger and I pull it again, that trigger does absolutely nothing. Again, that's another example of what we could consider a single action firearm. Looking at this one, I pull the trigger, we have a click. I release the trigger, did you hear the second click? As I pull the trigger again, listen. We can see here, this one is basically a double action firearm, even though it is striker fired. So that is something that is different between the manufacturers, between the different firearms companies. We have here another example. You can see the hammer back on this. Once I pull that trigger, it releases the hammer. Okay, once I release it, it resets. I then fire in double action only mode. Now, normally, if there were shells in this, it would cycle, and then each follow-up shot would be in single action mode, just like that. Again, the difference between a single action firearm and a double action firearm is the purpose of the trigger. What exactly does that trigger do? Does it cock it as well as shoot it, or does it only shoot it? That's the question to ask. If the trigger only releases the hammer once it is cocked, that would be single action. If the trigger will also cock and release the hammer, that would be double action, just like we see in these examples. Again, guys, that was just a quick video, a quick overview of the difference between the single action firearms and the double action firearms. If you liked the video, I would appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to subscribe. And I'd like to hear from you guys. What is your favorite type of firearms? Are you more of a revolver person, or do you like the semi-automatics? Drop those in the comments down below what your favorite type of firearm is. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.